Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Keep or Sell Liverpool edition. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you've all recovered from that PSG game at home at Anfield, where we got knocked out of the Champions League. But moving on to better and hopefully brighter situations and on to next season, because we do need to start looking into next season, whether Arne Slot will be our manager or not. Maybe it'll be Xavi Alonso. We will be doing Keep or Sell for every single Liverpool player. I basically used the Premier League squad list, so everyone in here is basically people who have properly played this season and got minutes. So I'm going to run you through it real quickly. Let me know in the comments if you do disagree, if you agree, and what you would change to my decisions. Now, up first is going to be Mamardashvili, the goalkeeper. He's only 25. He's recently joined. This is his first full season at Liverpool. We signed him about 2 years ago, but obviously he was still at Valencia. I think it was like a loan back or something, and we was waiting for him to come in. He's finally here. We've seen a bit of him, especially now that Alisson's injured. He was also injured earlier on in the season. So we've got to see a bit of Mamardashvili. I think shot stopper wise, he's a great keeper. Really good shot stopping. We've seen it a few times where he has, for example, in both PSG games, he kept the scoreline down quite a bit. He made quite a few good saves. But something that really does concern me about Mamardashvili, and it's apparent that it's very, the Liverpool community in general are very concerned about it as well, is his distribution. He can't play out of his feet. Both PSG games, he kept kicking the ball. He kept kicking it long. He does not want to go short at all. He's got a boot on him, but a lot of the time, there was a few times where he was just booting it out of play, not finding his man, ever. There was a lot of times that happened, and he just booted it out into the sidelines. And you can't have that as a top elite team. Goalkeepers nowadays need to be able to play out the feet, and Mamardashvili can't do that at the minute from what we've been seeing. He seems severely one-footed, very left-footed. So that is a big danger, if you want to make him a first-team Liverpool goalkeeper. Personally, I would have kept Kelleher. Was on his way to be the first-team Liverpool goalkeeper. Every time he steps on that pitch, I was always confident that he was going to do a good job. His penalty record was unbelievable. His shot-stopping was great. And he could also play with his feet perfectly fine. And he would win us cup finals. So, for now, Mamardashvili is a keep. Next up is Liverpool's greatest ever goalkeeper, Alisson Becker. He's 33 years old now. He's got a bit on. But for me, I would keep him 100%. This is, on his day, can be one of the best goalkeepers in world football. We've seen him decline a bit over the past few years, but still, he's an unbelievable goalkeeper. He's got 1 year left on his contract. It expires next season. So, for me, I'd completely see that out. And then, for me, it's up to Alisson. He can decide whether he wants to move on or not. If we bring in another first-team goalkeeper for him, he can decide to be second choice if he wants to see out his Liverpool career, or he can go elsewhere. But for me, there's no way we should be getting rid of Alisson at all. He's a Liverpool legend. Ibrahima Konate is up next. Now, he's had a very, very shaky seasons. It's been his worst season in a Liverpool shirt, as we know, because of the goals we concede. He's made countless errors this season. But for me, I would still hold on to Konate. I'd sign that contract for him. He's still a young defender, and he is that option in there, even if we do. Obviously, we are bringing Jeremy Jacquet already. If he's the starting player, then Konate can fight for his position. And if not, then he's an unbelievable backup. Last season, he was one of the best centre-halves in the league. I don't want Liverpool making a rash decision and just getting rid of him. We did that with Fabinho in the 22-23 season. And I think it's bit us in the arse over the past few years because we never really replaced him. Don't make a rash decision just because someone's had one bad season, especially when they've been so good the previous years, like Fabinho was and like Konate has been. So for me, I would 100% re-sign that contract and keep Konate at the club. Giovanni Leone, for me, it's a keep. We haven't got to see much of him because of his injury. So, yeah, back up, centre-back. Hopefully we can develop him into the first team. But there's not much to say on him because we haven't got a chance to see him, sadly. But, yeah, 100% keep. Virgil van Dijk, the best centre-half Liverpool have also ever had. One of the best centre-halves in Premier League history. You can't get rid of this man. Keep him. Again, he's one of them who has had a bit of a shaky season. And for me, I would actually take the captaincy off him. I don't think Virgil van Dijk is a good enough captain. I think he's a good leader on the pitch, but not good enough to be captain. He's got a year on his contract left. I'd say see it out until next season. See if he can perform to that highest level still. If he comes back stronger next season and performs at one of the highest levels and becomes one of the best centre-backs in the league again, then re-sign him for another 2 years. But no doubt in my mind, he should be kept around. club legend, again, just like Alisson. Joe Gomez. I have a very special place in my heart for Joe Gomez because of what he did in our title-winning season in 2019-20. I think that big injury he got in the season after really affected his career. He's always been injury-prone since that. And I think if he don't get that injury, he goes on to be one of England's best ever centre-backs. He had so much potential when he was younger. He was a very, very elite centre-back. But for me, Joe Gomez has got to go. I think he deserves first-team football elsewhere because he's not going to get that at Liverpool with the youthful centre-backs we've got coming in, Leone and Jake. He's not going to get in over Konate and Van Dijk, as we've seen this season. He has put in some good performances, but not consistent enough. And like I say, very injury-prone. But send him somewhere like Bournemouth, sell him there. Hopefully he gets first-team football, and I would be more than happy to see Joe Gomez thrive at another club. Milos Kerkez, again, joined this summer, only 22 years old. He's still very young for a left-back, especially a starting left-back. But for me, 100% keep Kerkez. He had a bit of a rocky start to the season. He really did. In the first 10-15 games, I think he was really poor. But in the half stage of the season and the end of the season, I think he's been quality. I think he's been one of our better players in this dying Liverpool team at the moment. He's very passionate. He works his fucking socks off, especially at the young age that he is. We've still got a lot to see of Milos Kerkez, so 100% keep. I think he could become one of the best left-backs in world football. Andy Robertson, we all know he's going. If it was up to me, he'd be staying at this club. I don't know whether it was a choice of, the club didn't want to sign him a new contract, or if it was just a case of if he wanted to leave himself. Either one, I would have rather him stayed, but he is going to that one. His decision already made. Robbo will be sold. Jeremy Frimpong, again, just like Milos Kerkez. He's just joined. Not too much to judge on him because he has also had quite a few injuries this season. Again, the start of the season, we didn't see anything too great of him. He was quite poor. But I think the cameos he has made since his first injury and after his second injury, I think the games that he's played in, he looks sharp. He looks like he adds something to our game that we were missing, especially at the start of the season, and that is pace going forward. We don't have really any pace in our attack, especially because Mohamed Salah has declined in his pace over the past few years. So Frimpong driving forward, I think he's a brilliant addition, and I still think he'll work out. Whether he's an out-and-out right-back, I don't know. But again, young, he's just joined, 100% keep with Frimpong. Conor Bradley, the man who locked up Kylian Mbappe at Anfield. Both times, may I add, twice he locked him up, just to say. He is aged 22, so he's still very young, Conor Bradley. Come through the youth system under Jurgen Klopp. He shows up for the big occasions. This is the thing with Conor Bradley. A lot of the times in the big games, Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final, there's been a lot of games where Conor Bradley has shown up when he needs to, and he's looked like one of the best right-backs in world football. And I'm not overhyping him by saying that. Individual games, you could pick him out and say, this guy's been playing for years. He's an experienced fullback. But in other games, in the littler games, when it's not a big occasion, he seems to fall off a bit, and he seems like he's not as up for it. And his consistency is very poor. Like I say, one game he can look unreal. The next game, he can just look like your average right-back who isn't going to start for Liverpool. But I think if he can consistently play at a high level, he could be our right-back for the next few years, especially if Frimpong goes onto the right wing. So 100%, I would keep Conor Bradley. Ryan Gravenberch is up next. He has just recently signed a new deal. This season, I personally think he's been shocking. He's been absolutely awful. He's shown no fight and no desire. He's clearly not good enough to be our starting number 6. I'd love to see him in a number 8 role in a box-to-box. I think he could do that job brilliantly. But defensively, his game isn't good enough. And why he keeps playing him in the number 6, I have no idea whatsoever. But again, he's just had a new deal. And I think Gravenberch will still come really good. We see him last season. He was fantastic. He's still on the ball. He's a fantastic footballer. So I would keep Ryan Gravenberch about for the future. Wataru Endo, I would sell. Let this Japanese warrior get some game time elsewhere because he deserves it. He runs his socks off when he plays. He's always fighting with passion, fighting to the very last minute. He's kept us in games before. He got an injury recently stopping a goal, but he's not going to get game time at Liverpool. So for me, I'd love to see him thrive. Just like Joe Gomez, I'd love to see him thrive at another club. So for me, sell Endo. McAllister. I used to love Alexis McAllister. I got his name on the back of my shirt this season because I used to love Alexis McAllister that much. He used to show fight and desire. This season, I have seen nothing of that. He's not young. He's in a prime playing age of his career. So for me, I would get rid, bring in some money for the summer because we will have to sell a bit to buy probably. We could get 80 million for him easily because Alexis McAllister on his day is still a very good player. But this season, he's just been absolutely god-awful. I don't know if it was the injury at the start that, he didn't really get a proper pre-season in. But for me, I think we should be parting ways with McAllister now, and I think he'd happily go to a big club, maybe in Italy, maybe even to Real Madrid or Barcelona. Curtis Jones. I'm on the fence about this man. Number one, this is the one option, the first option. If Arne Slot stays for next season, sell Curtis Jones. Let him develop and thrive at another club like he deserves to, because Curtis Jones on his day is an unbelievable, exceptional midfielder. This guy fights for the badge so hard. For me, he's a future captain, but if Arne Slot is the manager, he's clearly not interested in playing him first team football all the time. So he needs to go, because he needs to get first team football, because I love Curtis Jones. I used to not like him very much in his earlier playing days when he first came through the youth system. I did think he looked a bit sloppy. I thought he looked a bit boring. He's very hesitant with the ball, took too much time on the ball. But as he's developed, he's become a creative threat for Liverpool. And he's also one of our most hard-working players other than Dominic Szoboszlai. But if we do bring in another manager like Xavi Alonso or maybe Luis Enrique, for example, keep him 100%. He could be the future of our midfield in there with Florian Wirtz and Dominic Szoboszlai. And again, I think he could be future captain if we take it off Virgil van Dijk. Trainione, again, bit of a harsh one because I haven't really seen him play much, but I would loan him out. He's still young. He's, 19, I think he is. So loan him out, send him to the Championship. It'll grow some hair on his balls playing against big grown men in the Championship. And let him develop for a season and then bring him back and we can reassess where we go with him from there. Florian Wirtz, 1,000,000% is a keep for Liverpool. He had a very slow and underwhelming start to the season considering the expectations that were put on him by Liverpool fans and by fans around the world. But wow, what a footballer on his day. He's an unbelievable footballer on his day. And if we get Xavi Alonso in, he will absolutely thrive. And he will tear the Premier League apart if we get Xavi Alonso. And again, he's still one of them. He's just joined. He's still very young. Have him for the next 5 years and see how it goes. Especially considering how much we bought him for, there's no point in selling now because we'd lose money on him. So for me, keep Florian Wirtz 1,000,000%. Dominic Szoboszlai. This man is like God. He's like 4. We should be keeping him at all costs. We should give him 100 million transfer fee just to keep him at the club because of how influential and important he has been to our season. This season, he's kept Arne Slot in the job. Let's not pretend like he hasn't, because he has another one of them, which is future captain, if he doesn't leave to a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, because that could easily happen. Because for me, he's one of the best midfielders in the world at the minute. All the biggest clubs in the world will be sniffing around him. I could see him at a Bayern Munich at some point if Jamal Musiala leaves. However, I will say he's dropped off a bit in the past. I'd say the last 5 games, Szoboszlai has not been great, but purely on what he did in the games before, we need to keep this man at all costs. Cody Gakpo. This guy has been like a rotten egg in the dressing room, just stinking up the gaff. And this is hard for me because I used to love Cody Gakpo. And this one's hard for me because I used to love Cody Gakpo. I used to defend him against so many Gakpo haters. My dad included. He literally called him Gakpo for an entire season because he disliked him that much and he thought he wasn't that good. Turns out my dad was right, because this season it has been awful. For me, I don't think anyone has confidence in him anymore. I think he needs to leave. Maybe again, go to Italy, go to the Bundesliga, and see if he can get his career back on track. But for me, he doesn't have a future at Liverpool, especially with the man that we're going to talk about next. Rio Ngamoa, another one that we should keep at all costs. This man is our future left winger, and he is the reason as to why I think we should not be bringing in a left winger in the summer. Maybe bring in a winger who can be back up, or someone who can play on the right and the left just in case anything happens to Rio. But I would start this man next season going forward. Lamine Yamal at his age now, Rio's 17, he'll be 18 going into next season. Lamine Yamal at that age, he was starting every game for Barcelona, he was starting every game for Spain. Rio should be the same. He should be treated on the same level because this guy has such a high ceiling when it comes to his career and his potential ability. On the ball, I've never seen anything like it for a 17-year-old other than Lamine Yamal and maybe Desiree Doué. He just excites me so much. I think he could be the future of this football club if he doesn't leave. He could be the main man in that front line for years to come. Him and Ekitike and Alexander Isak could be the men to take us to glory for the next few seasons. I don't have high enough praise for this kid. Keep him at all costs. Salah. Mo Salah. I love this man, but he is leaving, sadly. And we all know why he's leaving. Arne Slot. Yeah, we can't do much about it. Sell, because he's going. But Salah, we love you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Chiesa, sell this man. Let him get the smell of a grass pitch instead of having to smell the back of Arne Slot's head from the bench. This guy has been in prison. Literal prison, even when he played well. Even when he played... If he plays bad, fair enough, he shouldn't probably play. Even when he plays well, he still doesn't play. So I don't get what Arne Slot wants him to do. He probably wants him to bend over and let him fuck him. That's how much he needs to do to play football games for Liverpool. So, and I think he deserves better. Again, he's someone who can pop up with a goal. He can still be a good player on his day. Send him to Fiorentina or something in the Serie A or maybe in the Bundesliga or some random mid-team in Spain. Let him be a starting right winger or a left winger somewhere else and let him breathe. Isak, it's of course a keep. We've just signed him. We haven't got to see anywhere near his best so far. He's been injured all season. He came in late. He didn't really get... He didn't get a pre-season at all, so he didn't really play much at the start. He got a little injury, came back, got his leg broke. He's back now, and he will be our starting striker for the rest of the season, considering the Ekitike injury. So hopefully we do get to see a bit more of him. Hopefully he gets firing, score some goals, because that's what we need at the minute. Because we all know what he's capable of. We've seen it for Newcastle in the Premier League. It's not a case of he can't do it in the Prem. We've seen. He's very Prem-proven. He could be one of the world's best strikers on his day. So hopefully next season we can see better of Alexander Isak and keep him around for a few years. Hugo Ekitike, it is so sad considering the injury he's just got. It has absolutely blown his World Cup chances out of the window. He will not be playing at the World Cup. And it looks like he's going to be out till 2027 of January. So we won't see this guy for a long time. But keep him at all costs again. He is the future of our attack. The way this guy moves the ball, the way he plays football, he's just a sexy footballer. He's one of them. He's a sexy footballer. There's certain players that can only go in that description, like your Thiago Alcantaras. He is one of them. Your Roberto Firminos. He's one of them. But as well, not just is he a sexy footballer, but he's also one of them who I think can get loads and loads of goals. He can be a bagsman. His natural finishing ability is really good. So 100% keep Hugo Ekitike. And that is it for the entire Liverpool squad. Again, let me know what you boys thought in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know, all that good stuff. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Turn the notification bell on so you never miss another upload by me again. To join this Liverpool community that I'm trying to build on here, I'm trying to grow the channel and build a community. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See you in a bit.